The market is looking much better than earlier this week. Like we mentioned on the Monday live stream, we covered how and the reason why the market was in meltdown mode across the globe in both equities and crypto. And this was because of the Japanese yen carry trade being unwound after the Bank of Japan decided to raise interest rates above 0% since the first time since 2007. Now, just 4 days after, the Bank of Japan has decided that they want to revert on their words, and they have actually come out to try to stabilize the market and said that they won't be raising interest rates anymore. And there have been significant data coming out from the market that shows net long positions on the Japanese yen versus the dollar is again positive, which means the carry trade is most likely already unwound. So a lot of this situation looks to be resolved, and that is why the market is bouncing very significantly in the past 2 to 3 days. So in this video, I will tell you guys my top picks in terms of altcoins that I have been accumulating over the last 3 days. And these are not individual gems. Instead, we really want to focus on the high performers, the altcoins with the most well-known categories, most well-known exchanges and liquidity. We don't want to go hunting gems right now. Instead, we just want to bet on the for sure outperformers on this next rally up. So that's on the agenda today. We'll be talking about 4 altcoin sectors and my specific picks in each one. Okay, so that's it for the intro. Welcome everyone. If you're new here to the channel, welcome. My name is Dennis. I'm a crypto angel investor for the past 6 years, and I have invested in over 100 crypto startups. On this channel, I share views on market trends and investing strategy to build wealth in crypto. Now, let's get into some of the data that we're seeing come out of the market. So really quick refresher, on Monday, we explained why the market was crashing because BOJ has raised rates, and this caused much of the Japanese yen carry trade to be unwound. So TLDR there is that a lot of people have been borrowing cheap yen and converting that to US dollars or other equities to invest, and basically getting that free premium on top because they're not paying interest rate to borrow from the Japanese central bank. Now, this has led to the NASDAQ, the S&P, crypto, all markets across the board going down Monday and some parts of Tuesday. However, we have been monitoring the situation since Monday, and my stance on Monday was that yes, there was a lot of volatility as indicated by the VIX on Monday. However, when you look at the average volatility on Monday compared to historical, looking at COVID, the week that the pandemic was confirmed, and looking at the 2008 crisis, this was nowhere near as much of a drop down. So in order for the real crash to happen, for something to break, we needed to see a few more days of volatility, a few more days of panic. And guess what? We didn't see that. So by Tuesday, the BOJ has already come out and sent out a dovish signal after the rate hike spurred market meltdown. So some of the local business leaders said that they believe the banks need to maintain monetary easing with the current policy interest rate for the time being because the markets are being extremely volatile. And then here we have Uchida himself saying, I think concerns about slowing growth in the US led to global market moves. With that, because the BOJ's rate hike helped correct the weak yen, and as that correction progressed, it's probably a reason Japanese stock prices fell more than in other countries. So they recognize this completely. And although they paused rate hikes for now, they did say that they might hike by the end of the year again. So we at least have a few months to pause themselves and at least let the carry trades unwound instead of having them all being forced close in an instant, which could cause a bigger crash. Now, this is one side, which is that I have tweeted about this on Tuesday as well, right after this news came out. So Japanese, I believe this was the spokesperson for the Bank of Japan. They just announced that they won't raise rates until when market is unstable, and Basically, they did 180 and quickly folded on their rate hikes, and they won't put extra pressure on the market anymore. So basically, the Japanese yen carry trade unwind is over for now. We are safe. And there were more analysis coming out of JP Morgan and Goldman as well. So there is one side of the story, which is that the Bank of Japan is easing their foot off of the rate hike gas and saying, okay, you guys have time. We're not going to hike anymore right now. And then there are the actual institutions that have been in this carry trade. Do they need to sell more? Well, let's take a look. So the indicators from, I believe this is JP Morgan, they stated that these were basically the long versus short positions on the Japanese yen. So because people that take on the Japanese yen carry trade, they are essentially short on the yen as they are borrowing money from the Bank of Japan and selling that yen into other currencies or other assets. So they're net short. And this is why you see throughout, over the past year, you have a lot of red here. Up until July this year, when the short positions were starting to close on Japanese yen and the positions started to go towards the long side. And then most recently, right after the crisis, we have turned net long on JPY FX positioning. So now this also shows us that most of the institutions, traders, whoever, that are borrowing yen to invest in other assets, they have closed their positions. So this is a really, really good sign. And JP Morgan estimates, I believe, 75% of positions that were closed. If I can find the number here. Here's another interesting metric here. So the carry trade, the returns of the carry trade have basically normalized. So since the beginning of the year, the returns have gone up, but now after the crisis, it's basically normalized to nothing. So people have had to close their positions. And JP Morgan calculates that the spot component of the global carry trade basket, which suggests that 75% of carry trades have been removed. This is really good. So we don't have that much more forced selling going on. I remember this is from Tuesday. And so basically JP Morgan and Goldman agree that this is looking very likely that most of the carry trade has been unwound. So now that we know this, starting from Tuesday, right after I saw this come out, combined with this data, I have started to buy into the positions that I plan to buy in. So if you guys remember on our last live stream, I covered my strategy, which was to DCA buy in on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Because even though it looked unclear about the timeline of it and whether we will see another few days of volatility, the prices on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana was just insanely good, right? So we're talking about Bitcoin at 53K, Ethereum at 2.4K, and Solana at $120. So all of these have been really good buys. I didn't buy any altcoins yet. However, I started to buy starting from Tuesday night, and I continue to buy for the past 3 days. So that's what we're going to get into in this second half of the video. So what are the altcoin sectors that we should be paying attention to? In my opinion, this is not the time to get into low caps or hunting gems or going back to degen mode because the crypto market, as we know it, it functions in waves. So right after we have a drawdown like this, money have flowed into cash a lot, and they will start to come in again from the top. So we'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, of course, but then it goes into large cap, mid caps, slow caps, right? So I believe we need to go for the most proven narratives over the past year in the first half of this bull market, if you can call it that, and look at the outperformers, and especially the large cap outperformers, not the low caps, not the meme coins. Not the low cap meme coins, but there are large cap meme coins that you probably see from the thumbnail already. So what are the actual sectors that have been performing the strongest since the beginning of the year and in this bounce? There is one tool that I have found to be super useful, And that is on TradingView. They have this product called Screeners. If you just go to this drawdown here, Screeners, and click on crypto coins, and you'll be greeted with this page. So what this page is basically all the coins out there with all their market data, and you can filter them, for example, by rank, by market cap, and you can even filter them by percentage gain over a certain period of time. So what I did here is I picked the top 200 coins because we're looking at the most liquid coins, the established ones, and I showed them their categories here, as well as their 1 year, 6 months, and 3 months performance in the columns here. And this is immediately very telling because as we rank these by performance over 1 year or over 6 months or over 3 months, you see most of these fall in similar categories. So let's look at 1 year first. Over the 1 year, top performers in the top 200 cryptos, what do we have? We have Bonk, Mog, Mantra, IOs, Turbo, Jito, Notcoin, etc. So you might not recognize all of these coins, but just look at the categories here. You have meme, Mantra is RWA, IOs is AI, and then meme, and then this is Jito is Solana, and then Notcoin is meme/gaming. You have Zibu, I don't know what Zibu is, don't even recognize it. And then you have meme again. Interesting here, Layer 0 is also up here, but you don't see any other interoperability DeFi coin. Radium is another Solana ecosystem. Meme again, Solana, and then here we have Base ecosystem, Aerodrome, the #1 coin there. And again, you have meme. Jasmine is, I don't even know what you can even call this thing. Super is gaming. Ton, Mirror Circle gaming. And then you have Ordi, this is Bitcoin ecosystem. Meme again, AI again, AI for Arweave, RWA, Ondo, etc., etc. So you start to notice clear trends here. I would say out of all of these, two biggest categories of outperformers across like top 200 to top 500 and basically 6 months to 1 year performance, the clearest two categories, meme coins and AI coins. You can like that or hate it. It doesn't really matter, right? You can say, why are meme coins going up? I hate the trend. Sure, but you can look at the numbers here. Over the past year, if you had just bet on meme coins in general, on average, you would have outperformed everything. And if you had bet on AI coins, you would have outperformed the market significantly as well. And then a few others, if you had bet on RWA with Mantra, with Ondo, those have done really well. Or if you had bet on specifically the large caps in gaming, like Superverse, Mirror Circle, Beam, these have done well as well. So these are the four categories that I am heavily positioning myself in right now for the bounce. Meme coins, AI coins, gaming coins, and RWA coins. And I come from a pretty interesting position as well because I run this YouTube channel. You notice that when you post content, if you're talking about top AI coins, people are instantly hooked. They want to click the video. Top gaming coins, people are very interested. Top meme coins, people are always interested. And even RWA now, if you say, here are the top RWA projects, and you just cover, like everyone else, you cover Ondo, you cover MantraDAO, you cover a couple more, which we'll go into, that is still a popular video. Versus all the other narratives, you have like layer 2, you have DeFi, you have ZK, you have like Bitcoin ecosystem, you have, SocialFi, whatever, right? I have tried, not for the sake of content, but I just look at so many different sectors and I do cover them. What I have found in video performance as well, which I think is a good representation of what the retail is interested in, the retail investors are really interested in meme coins, AI coins, gaming coins, and RWA coins. So that's it. So in this next phase of the market, these are what I'm going to focus on. Very simple. We have the data here and we have from YouTube. I think this is a pretty easy argument to make. With that being said, what are the actual coins in each category? So let's get into each one, starting from meme coins. Remember, we're talking about large cap meme coins. We're not talking about hunting new memes that rug every day on Solana. I do that sometimes by myself in the insider communities, but that's a very, very tiny portion of my portfolio. Ultimately, you want to bet on the main winners in the meme coin category and the largest caps. In my opinion, the three that I have right now, number one, Pepe. I believe Pepe is just going to be right up there by the end of this cycle alongside Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. There's no reason why the Pepe meme should be 1/10 the market size of Doge and Shiba. It just doesn't make sense. I think everyone can agree with me the Pepe meme is just as big as the others. And now basically all the risk for Pepe has been resolved with their team already been taken over. All the supply is out. They're listed on every single exchange, including Binance. Pretty much no-brainer to me. This is, in my opinion, the safest meme to have your portfolio in that is still worth it. Of course, you can buy Dogecoin. It might be slightly safer, but there isn't much more upside there, in my opinion. And then I have two more large cap meme coins that I have in my portfolio. So first, we have MOG. MOG is the most established culture coin, especially in the US. So we're talking about major internet celebrities that are backing this. The whole FaZe clan is behind this. You have a ton of streamers behind this, and they constantly just onboard people in a very subtle way by putting the glasses on them, but it has been working really well. And MOG, I think by the end of this cycle, will move into that tier 1 category for meme coins alongside Doge, Shiba, and Pepe. And especially for what the MOG phrase is, it's still quite popular in, I would say, North America. I don't know if it's popular in the UK or other English-speaking countries, but in the US, it's big word, big trend right now. On the other hand, a counterpart to MOG on Solana that is more Asia-focused is Popcat. So the Popcat meme is hugely popular in Asia. And when it comes to price performance, just look at all the metrics of MOG versus Popcat. They're basically identical. So you have about 6 months of, 6 to 8 months of price history on MOG and Popcat. And you have just this initial accumulation phase followed by slow grind up since March. You can see here, MOG going from hitting, what is this, like 70, and then slow grind, making new highs. And then even on this latest drop down, it didn't get below the peak of the March highs. So clearly the buying interest here is very big. And you also see this on Popcat as well. The peak in March around 35 cents, and this dropped down right to 31 cents before it quickly got bought up. So the two price patterns are very similar. And this is, you might say, oh, this coin is so expensive still. That's the point. We just had one of the biggest liquidity events in crypto where all coins had large drawdowns. One of the best things to take advantage of in this kind of an event is to rotate your shitty coins, the coins that don't pop as much, to the coins that have quick recoveries. And you can see these super clearly on the charts of these coins we're going to mention. So look at MOG. Here we have, let me find a longer term chart. Let's go on XC. Here we go. So yes, we had a big liquidity event right here, but notice how quickly this wick got bought up. Within 4 hours, if you look at the 4-hour chart, this is basically a wick below that 1 level. And then now it's back up to 1.4. So if you match at the bottom of this drawdown, we are already up. Basically, we have already gone up 2x and now consolidating at around 1.8x. And even if you discount the wick, the liquidation, we're still up 50% already since Tuesday. This is the kind of performance you want. You don't want a coin that people sold in the panic and they don't want to buy back. Instead, you really want to hunt for these coins that have a significant bounce. And this is going to be a recurring theme in all the coins we mentioned today. So here we have MOG, we have Pepe, and we have PopCat. All very similar. If you can look at the chart of Pepe as well, look at this bounce. Pretty crazy. From the bottom to right here, up 36% already. And remember, Pepe is a $3 billion coin. For this much buying pressure to come in, that's pretty crazy. And that's it. I don't have any other small to medium cap meme coins I want to cover right now. You can try to play around with them, but I think this is the period where you want to bet on large caps with strength. Moving on, let's get into AI coins. The most important AI coin, I think, in the space right now is BitTensor. And I have covered BitTensor once before on the channel pretty long ago, actually. I believe like 6 to 8 months ago, when we were talking about top altcoins in AI. And where is this? Right here, 9 months ago. Top 3 cryptos to buy in November, AI edition. And I covered BitTensor, Render, and Akash. And all those have done amazingly well. But when we covered BitTensor, it was like $70 and it rallied all the way to like 150 and just never stopped. And I have not covered BitTensor for 9 months because there was no entry. So look at this, since November, like $70 all the way up to 700. There was basically no chance that I was getting in this without significant risk. However, now, 9 months later, this is the first time that I see since the March peak that I really believe BitTensor is a good buy again at $300. Because just look at this chart, right? It has had its first run up. I don't think we're going to get anywhere close to these lows in the $50 to $100 range anymore. Instead, we had that first breakout, the consolidation in this range in between $220 to $330. Rallied all the way up to 700, and now again going in this range, $230 to 330, bouncing in this range. So in my opinion, this is the classic reaccumulation. And between 230 to 330, that's going to be quite an interesting entry here, because your downside is also very clearly defined here. As long as we don't have a huge black swan event that's bigger than the one we had on Monday with the liquidation, the $200 mark on BitTensor shouldn't be broken anymore. And you can set your stop loss right below like 200, and that's going to be quite a good level that you can have confidence in. So that's why BitTensor, again, I think is a good buy right now, 200 to 300. And assuming AI makes another comeback, this is the darling in all of AI. And even in traditional Silicon Valley investors, they're starting to talk about decentralized AI networks, and BitTensor is always in their conversations. So a new high most likely will come in the next bull. And that's BitTensor. 3 other AI coins I want to mention. Near Protocol, this is one that I have covered significantly on the channel. We have covered probably like 3 times now of what their updates are. You can go ahead and check out our videos. Right here, we covered Near. I believe here we also covered Near. Where else? One more earlier. Essentially, Near Protocol is pivoting completely from a layer 1 to a layer 1 based on AI. And the founder of Near Protocol was actually one of the co-authors behind the what was the thing called? The Transformer white paper that basically paved the way for modern machine learning. And all of the other co-authors of that paper have turned out to be huge unicorn AI company founders. So the history of Near Protocol actually comes from AI, and now they're making a big push towards AI. And that's why I have a significant portion of my AI portfolio in Near. Another one is Arweave. We have also covered Arweave every time we talk about AI. A lot of people don't know this. They still think Arweave is a storage protocol. Instead, they are completely pivoting to a decentralized computing protocol. and you can build anything. You can build either DeFi smart contracts or data storage based arbitrary AI applications on the network. And I'm not sure if their latest announcement got pushed back, but there was supposed to be a major release. Yeah, right here, AOS 2.0. And I think it's coming out quite soon because of the market dump. They might have pushed it a little bit behind, but they have been teasing about this again. So Arweave, definitely want to watch. Yeah, here you go. AOS 2.0 is coming directly from the founder. And last but not least, we have FET, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Again, this is one AI coin that everyone talks about. This is the merger token between Fetch AI, SingularityNet, and Ocean Protocol, the 3 longest running AI coins in the space. Everyone likes to buy these AI coins. I have also covered them before, way before in our first AI coin video. When was this? This was like here, 1 year ago. Top 6 AI coins. You notice Render, Render, Ocean Protocol, Fetch AI here. So the 3 of them actually merged together to make this new coin called Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. I have also not covered this coin over the past year because this whole merger just seemed like a big liquidity event that they try to squeeze out of the market. But now that this merger has been over, I think it's a solid point again. And that comes from basically the price chart. So when you look at the all-time, since the beginning of the year, in February, it had a huge pump from 50 cents to $3. And now it's down a larger portion of that pump retraced back down to 84 cents. And when you look at this on a log scale for historical, so historically the last cycle peak for FET was 72 to 90 cents. And now we're basically right back to that range as retest. And even if you take the last year high in December, that's around 76 cents. So we are quite close to that already. On the drawdown here, we already touched 73. So I think, again, this is another accumulation range for FET because we are finally back to resistance. We're not on this merger-driven price pump or the kind of take profit from the insiders anymore. Instead, I think we're entering reaccumulation on FET. So very clear here. If you want AI exposure, BitTensor, Near, Arweave, FET, you can't go wrong. And obviously, you can bet on the other ones as well, Render, Akash, etc. Those are all good also. Just that we can't cover everything. And I think these have I'm not so hot on DePIN coins anymore. They are a little bit too oversaturated. It was a good idea last year, but there are now like 100 DePIN networks. So I don't know how much upside there is over there. You got to talk about real decentralized AI networks now. Okay, that's the AI sector. Next, we have the gaming sector. Now, in the gaming sector, it's not so much of a green ocean anymore. There are way too many games. In fact, I am not buying any coins that's related to single games anymore. Most of the single game coins are still on pretty significant drawdown and even downtrends. I was pretty shocked when I looked at the chart of Illuvium, the so-called number 1 game in the space. Look at this. It's basically all-time low right now. It went to all-time low at $39, similar to 2022 all-time low, 2023 all-time low. The whole pump in since 2023 has been retraced. Pretty crazy. When you look at individual games, any individual game, I don't think it's that interesting right now. Instead, we want to just take the exposure in the space by betting on infra coins. And not just, layer 1 blockchains also. We want to bet on the coins that have also outperformed and caught on the attention of the retail. And there is one coin that you guys know this is one of my favorites, Superverse. We have talked about Superverse since about 20 cents on the channel multiple times. You can just go ahead and find our gaming coins videos. Now, Super right now finally is back to these ranges between 40 to 50 cents. And I have not talked about Super since the March pump when Super got above $1 because frankly, I thought that was a pretty fair level. We were already up 5-6x since the beginning of the year. So, you know, I just couldn't see myself continuing to add. But now I think the opportunity again is there. Let's bring up the chart of Super right now. And I want to show you 3-day to weekly shows you the best outlook right now, because essentially we have this range. So we first started accumulating in these levels, 20 to 30 cents range. And I took profit kind of on this move up right here. I called this on my Twitter as well. And post March-ish was when the entire market started to come down. And you see Super, of course, continue to hold on. But ultimately, this week, it lost a little bit of this key support here at 50. And right now it's at 49, but I don't think all hope is lost. If you look at weekly right here, we're desperately trying to close above this weekly candle here. So weekly candle close here at 51, 51, 51, and just a little bit close below. We just need to see over the next 1 to 2 weeks, close back above 50. And I think this will be showing a really good candle here on the weekly if we do that, because that's effectively a huge bear trap here. A lot of people will be looking to short this, but when you look at actually which coins have been outperforming the market since last year, since the bull run essentially started in October and not retraced the whole pump, Super is one of the only ones that have not gone back down to bear market levels. Instead, it established a floor, right? It came up from around 10 cent, established a floor around 50 cent, and even on the Monday crash, it had a bear trap and is now trying to close back above. This is a really good sign in my eyes in the gaming space. You got to remember, gaming coins were the first to come in the October rally last year. So they are kind of fading out of the mainstream chatter now. It has all been about meme coins and AI for the past 6 months or so. But I have no doubt that gaming will make a comeback. In my eyes, when you talk about coins and categories, again, the only 4 that people care about on YouTube: meme coins, gaming coins, AI coins, RWA coins. That's it. So don't discount gaming coins right here. I think this is a killer entry opportunity. Similarly, a couple more coins that I have actually observed them to hold above a new floor since the first run up. We have Echelon Prime. So you see here, Echelon Prime, bear market consolidation throughout 2023, started the bull run in October from $3 and ran all the way up to 26. And now it's not holding as high as Super at 5x. It's only about a 2.5x from the bear market lows at around $6. But nonetheless, it didn't retrace. And again, you could say that between, let's say, 6 to 9 is another reaccumulation phase. Now, we do need Prime to come back above and close above, I would say, $7 at least. Let's take a closer look on the charts here. Prime USDT here. So if we are to make a significant bounce, I would really like to see Prime get back into, where's my box here? Here. Get back into this range, because it has been tested here. Oh, why are these arrows here? These arrows are so annoying. Here, boom, 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 here. Test it here, bunch of resistance here, and now bit of consolidation here. But this week, it broke below $6.80 and lost this level. So over the next 1 to 2 weeks, we really need to see Prime close above, let's say $7. If it can get above $7 and show a strong bounce here, this would show me that Prime is one of those coins that can make a comeback in the gaming space. Now, again, I also still note Prime because it is one of the better looking coins in gaming. Most other coins are kind of already fallen way below to the bear market levels, like Luvium we talked about. And then last gaming coin is Beam from Mirror Circle. Now, this is also similar to that of Prime. When you look at the price chart on Beam, kind of lost the consolidation range. You can say that it was around 2.4 cents down to maybe this low here at 1.4. And even that level has been lost if you count all the way back here to this wick. But ideally, I think we should hold something like this, 1.5 cent. So still some ways to go for Beam to make a stronger bounce and hopefully get back above this key level, 1.5 cent. If it can do that, then I would like to add Beam to my gaming portfolio as well. So TLDR, looking at the outperformers in the gaming space over the past year, they have been Super, Mirror Circle, and I'm pretty sure Prime is right around here, this range. It might just be top 250 coin-ish. Out of these coins, the only one that have held the significant support level and is looking to reclaim is Super, looking to reclaim this 50 cents level. So we really want to see it get above here. Aside from that, my other two picks that I would like to pick up if we can get a stronger bounce here is Prime and Mirror Circle Beam. And that's it. All other coins in the gaming space that have done a run, just pull their charts up over the past year, going back to October 2023, you'll start to notice that most of their rally has been retraced, and that's not a good sign. Okay, last but not least, RWA coins. RWA is actually a relatively newer concept, newer sector in the space, and there are not that many competitors. And that is very lucky because we have basically two super strong performers that are very easy recommendations and one outlier that I think will pop soon. Number one, we have Ondo. Everyone knows you talk about RWA, you have to talk about Ondo. Ondo is the coin that actually partnered with BlackRock to create a on-chain fund called Buildo. So they created a fund structure on Ethereum for BlackRock. That's a pretty crazy sentence to think about. Even though it's a $7.6 billion FDV, it hasn't retraced that much, to be completely frank. From the very Pico top, not down more than 50%. And you can say that this consolidation range was 71 cent to about 95 cent. Let's take a closer look on the charts here. Yeah, so big consolidation range here. You see, this is super clear, right? Right here. A lot of movements in this range, finally broke above, and then a little bit of test here as well. And we crashed below here, but already is closing above it. Even on the daily and on the weekly, it's already closing above as well. So this is really good on Ondo. And you just want to bet on strength. Sure, Ondo is $7.6 billion FDV. It's pretty crazy, but again, partner of BlackRock on creating their funds, like that's also pretty crazy. So don't think about it too much. If you want RWA exposure, bet on Ondo. Number one coin in RWA right now. Second coin that is showing even more strength in RWA is MontraDAO, OM. Look at this chart. This is insane. For majority of the utility coins across AI, gaming, and RWA and all other categories, no coin has shown a chart like this. This is more of a chart of a meme coin, the strength of this, but it is an RWA coin. TLDR of MontraDAO is they pivoted from end of last year to be a layer 1 blockchain for RWAs. You can check it out on their website. And since then, it has just been on nonstop rally. Let's look at the chart of Mantra right here, OM. Here. This is honestly a beautiful chart. The consolidation range for Mantra, if you can call it that, between 64 cent to the top here, dollar, right around dollar range. We haven't even come down to the lower side of this range. Instead, we just barely touched the top of this range and it's already consolidating right here. Look at how clean this chart is. So much on the bottom here, so much here. Even on the drop on Monday, we basically started to bounce from $1. And show this chart to any TA analyst. They will tell you this is a classic large consolidation breakout and then retest of the previous all-time high. It's so clear to me. So bet on strength. Again, another no-brainer bet for Mantra DAO if you want RWA sector exposure. This is honestly even a stronger chart than Ondo. Yeah, just compare the two. You see Ondo has come down to the bottom of this consolidation range while Mantra DAO has held the top of the range. Very cool to see. Last but not least, one other RWA coin that I don't see a lot of people talk about, Orion Protocol. Orion Protocol is one of those DeFi coins that is following the footsteps of Mantra DAO. They have done a rebrand since beginning of the year. It hasn't been fully executed yet on the token side for the swaps and the new token airdrop. And that's something of a catalyst to look forward to. But essentially, Orion Protocol was building liquidity infrastructure in the last cycle since 2020. And they are listed everywhere because of that long history, including Binance, Coinbase. But now they are pivoting to this platform using their existing liquidity layer, but aggregating basically centralized exchange and decentralized exchange liquidity for RWAs. And what they have done is there will be a token swap from the Orion token to the new token for Lumia. And all the exchanges, including Binance, will support this. Now, this is a very similar playbook to Mantra DAO's rebrand and to a few others that we have seen do well on a token swap on Binance. For example, Mirror Circle swap to Beam. We have Vanry swap to the Vayner chain. What others have swapped? It's skipping my mind right now. But when Binance supports a token swap, you know it's going to bring a new wave. And this is why Orion Protocol, one of the only lower cap coins on my radar right now for RWA. I just don't see many RWA plays out there that has this level of liquidity and this level of catalyst going for them and valued at this range, even at only 100 million. This is something I really want to see. Okay, there are a lot of other altcoins that I haven't mentioned that are in the lower caps, especially in RWA. You got to look at new coins that are coming up, but because the coins on the market right now, they're either very established and very worth having, like Ondo and Mantra, or they are kind of vaporware. They don't even have a product for RWA at all. Instead, it's just RWA narrative coin, and usually those trade in the like $10 to $100 million market cap range. So for those, I would skip them right now because the RWA space is still relatively new and it takes a lot of institutional adoption money to come in. So we will talk more deeply about the RWA sector in upcoming videos. Look out for that. And that's it. Those are all the altcoins that I have picked up in my portfolio over the past 4 days on this market bounce. Just to recap, 4 main categories of altcoins you need to pay attention to according to the top performing coin sectors over the past year. Meme coins, AI coins, gaming coins, and RWA coins. In the meme coin category, I have PayPay, Mog, Popcat. In the AI coins, I have BitTensor, Near Protocol, Arweave, and FET, artificial, I hate that long name, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, FET. In the gaming category, I basically only have Superverse right now. It's the only coin that haven't retraced their pump. I am looking to pick up Prime and Beam if they can have a stronger bounce this week. And in the RWA space, I have Ondo and Mantra, both showing good bounces already, and Orion Protocol for the catalyst coming up. And that's it. Those are all the coins. And you'll notice this is the smallest coin on this list at 100 million. All of these are 300-400 million at least in market cap. You really want to bet on the liquid coins. Those are the coins that can recover the most, because when people exit their liquidity, they don't stay on your shitcoin chain. They aggregate all of that into their favorite exchange, ideally something like Binance, Coinbase. And when they go back into their favorite coins, they will start from the top and buy back into the coins that they have the highest conviction on. And those are going to be the large caps, not the low caps. That's why I don't have any low cap coins on this list for today. That's not the time for it right now. Now is the time to bet on the liquid outperformers in these strong sectors that can make a quick bounce right away. And before I go, two things. Make sure to follow me on Twitter or X at VirtualBacon0x. This is where I drop quick alpha. For example, when the Bank of Japan made their pivot, I tweeted about it right away, 10 minutes right after. And this is when I started to buy into my positions. And all of those have been bouncing over the past 3 days. And if you want similar types of signals, make sure to join our Discord, discord.gg/virtualbacon, link in bio. We also have a full educational platform /2.0 of our VIP community coming up, where you can talk to other investors, you can ask questions with our mentors. Going to be very exciting for this upcoming cycle. So if you want an insider community that truly cares, and I know right now I don't participate as much, that's why I'm actually building up this new phase. We're going to have many more mentors, and I partner with people as well to come in and help facilitate so that there's someone there to lead the discussion at all times. So join our community and stay tuned. And that's it. That's everything for today. Thank you guys for joining the live stream. Hope you are staying safe and hanging in there, and just continue to accumulate the most liquid coins on today's list, and always make sure to have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana in your portfolio, and you should be good. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.